Hey everybody, I'm Steve,
And I'm Stu.
and we're Fairlawn's finest. No, we're not. We're Electric Football.
Oh, we are? Oh,
We sure are, and we're about to do week number 7.
go Sox.
I don't think go Sox. Mike Napoli just hit a home run. I don't think that I've gotten a Monday night game right this year, so we're not going to worry about the Monday night. We're going to start with the Thursday night,
Excellent, good choice.
and you know you're waiting for me. You know you're waiting for me to say it. Here it comes. Bird fight!
Bird fight.
Bird fight. We've got the old ladies downstairs are probably freaking out. The women's club's meeting downstairs.
That's a shame.
So we've got Seattle at the Cardinals, and I don't know what to tell you about this except the bird with giant, strong talons, the Seahawk, is going to maul the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Stu?
Seattle's on a mission, and this mission is in Arizona. You see what I did there? No, huh?
No.
Okay, anyway. I think the Cards keep it close, but the Bees should have a pretty decent day against the Cardinals defense. Arizona lost 58-0 after winning 2 close games the last time, but the last game they played, they lost 58-0 to Seattle. That's pretty embarrassing, and I don't think they'll let that happen again. I think it's close, but Seattle probably wins by 2 scores rather than 9.
Yeah, if the spread was 57, I'd take the Cardinals, but right now I'm taking the
Yeah,
Seahawks.
no kidding.
They look like one of the best teams out there, and they should look that way for the rest of the season.
Yep.
Buccaneers at the Falcons, talking about 2 teams that need to right the ship. I have been completely and utterly wrong on the Falcons. Evidently, the off-season losses of guys like Brent Grimes were a bigger deal than I gave credit for. Boy, Ricky looks like crap today. You all right there, dude?
He's spliffing out,
You
man.
look,
Yeah.
you look bad.
Poor Ricky.
I may have to retire Ricky. Here we go. He's
Again?
Going, he's going.
Oh
down.
no, Ricky!
Fumble.
Ricky!
All right. That's the kind of production values you get here at
That's
Electric
right.
Football.
He wasn't a real guy.
So you've got 2 coaches that may actually be in a lot of trouble. Mike's then, and there goes the strange noise. All right, we're just
The ice maker.
we're gonna battle through the ice maker and a bad looking Ricky Waters, Ricky Henderson.
Ricky Williams.
Good God. Anyway, 2 coaches in a lot of trouble. Schiano seems to have lost that team, or is very close to losing that team. He lost his quarterback, that's for sure.
Yeah.
They just sent him out of town to the Vikings. And the Falcons, who some thought were a Super Bowl contender this year, are not.
Yeah.
Things like losing to the Jets, that's not the sign of being a Super
They've
Bowl
lost to
contender.
the AFC East right now.
And they seem to have lost all their wide receivers. What a year for injuries, by the way. The NFL, crazy year for injuries.
And they want to go 18 games for the regular season. What are you kidding me?
I'm going to go, yeah, I know. Nobody will be left standing.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Falcons just based on home field and slightly less rebellion among the players.
I'm jumping off the Falcons bandwagon here. They keep playing teams that they should beat, and they don't. Well, they should beat Tampa Bay.
And they won't.
And they won't. That's all. There's all my logic. You said it. Smith could be in trouble. Arthur's team's been shooting blanks lately. Lose here, and you're going to hear some squawking, about replacing Smith, and certainly Schiano if he loses again, which I expect. But I like Tampa here just because you know why? They shouldn't win.
Bears at the Redskins. Redskins basically lost that game on special teams. Bears have very good special teams.
Mm-hmm.
Redskins have not lived up to expectations this year at all. The NFC East has not lived up to expectations at all. The Bears are up and down. I'm taking the Bears on this. I'm going to assume that they might come up with some big special teams play. And I just think that right now, talent level-wise, the Bears have the Redskins, especially on defense.
They started targeting Brandon Marshall. It worked. He scored 2 touchdowns. He had a chunk of yardage already in the first half against the Giants. I don't see that changing here against Washington. I still think that RG3 is gimpy. And, if the Bears are up and down, but I'm going to take their takeaway D versus the Redskins' calamity of a team that they are.
All right, speaking of calamities and not Calamity Jane, we've got the Cowboys at the Eagles.
Correct.
And the NFC East is a calamity, and this is a battle for the top of the NFC East.
Believe it or not.
You've got the Eagles, who, after week 1, were very disappointing, but are starting to come around, versus a Cowboy team that has played really pretty well recently.
Well, their defenses are both pretty bad, according to rankings. So.
And DeMarcus Ware is out for the Cowboys.
And Murray is injured too. As of this taping on Tuesday, it's not positive that he'd be playing, so that could change things.
Real tough pick. I'm going to go with the if Steve hates them, they tend to win pick, and I'm taking the Cowboys.
All right. The Eagles are number 1 in rushing, 9th in passing, and they're 3rd overall in offense. I'm taking the Eagles here at home.
We've got the Patriots at the Jets, and just when you think the Jets are going to have a good season, just when they come off a big win, Geno Smith looks good, they blow it.
Yeah.
They go up against the Steelers. They give up long pass plays. They miss on their own long pass plays. By the way, quick little rant, just a little mini rant. When did wide receivers stop laying out for bombs?
Oh, you mean this stuff that they do where it drops right through their hands now?
I see more and more like just off the fingertips, and I don't see the guy leaving his feet.
I don't know. I've never done it, so I can't tell you if it hurts or not.
It hurts. I've done it, and I've usually dropped the damn ball when I did. But it seems like the effort isn't there for some guys. I've seen Hakeem Nicks do it. Darius Hayward-Bay did it last night.
He had alligator arms last night.
I'm surprised by this. Anyway, I don't know why that came up in this particular game.
I don't either.
So just when you think the Jets are a good team, they blow one that they needed to have because they're in a very, very tough stretch coming up here. And just when you think the Patriots are on the edge of being a very bad team, they come back, they beat the Saints. Tom Brady pulls out some more magic. They seem like there's a little bit of squawking on that sideline. Brady doesn't seem to have control of that team in a way that he used to. Julian Edelman smoked him on the sidelines. There's been some, there's been a lot of great Brady faces if you watch YouTube enough, frustrated Brady faces. But they won a huge game. They beat an undefeated team in New Orleans. There's no reason to think that they can't come in here and beat the Jets.
Yeah. New Orleans, for some reason, stopped playing aggressive defense the way they have all season. That got them to the undefeated record. So I don't know what happened there. Goddamn Brady, he had 2 chances. I mean, not only did he have 1 chance, he had 2 chances within 2.5 minutes to win the game. You can't give him 1 chance, let alone 2. And all of a sudden, the guy's wide open in the corner of the end zone. I don't get it. The Jets have the 4th-ranked defense. I'm taking Brady.
Yeah, it's a question of momentum too. I mean, the Jets are coming off a crushing loss, and they're looking at a very tough schedule in front of them, and they're looking at their quarterback with a little, is he or isn't he? Which they've done before, obviously, with Sanchez.
And Brady was getting hit, and usually when you hit him, he doesn't perform well. Well, guess what? They didn't hit him in the last series.
Okay. So then we've got the Bills at the Dolphins. I'll let Stu start out with this one.
Bills are 3rd in rushing, and they're playing a run-stopping defense. Hopefully Cameron Wake is healthy and plays again. Miami's O-line, they better get that fixed. Their woes on the offensive line, they're on a record pace for sacks. Tannehill's going to get his butt kicked if they don't shore this up. They had a week to fix it. I hope they do. But I just can't imagine that Theo from the Cosby Show is going to win as a quarterback versus Miami's defense. So, I'm a homer, but I think this is a game the Dolphins could win. They're favored by 8, and I think they can win this game. Close games, though, with Buffalo, always.
You watch The Deadliest Catch?
No, I don't watch reality TV.
Okay. Crab fishing in America was supposed to be the most dangerous job. I don't think it is anymore. I think playing in the NFL is. Lewis got hurt. So, what Buffalo quarterback is going to last? I mean, it's crazy.
None, I hope.
It's crazy the amount of injuries. I'm giving this to the Fish based on the fact that they've still got a quarterback standing.
This week. Buffalo's defense can hit him.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Buffalo has played well, especially on the defensive side, I think. It's just a question of, you're right, Miami's strength matches up very well against Buffalo's strength, and Buffalo doesn't have a QB right now.
Right. It's always an entertaining game.
Okay.
Chargers at the Jaguars.
Chargers at the Jaguars. Go, Stu.
Chargers come off a pretty convincing win against, the heir apparent to the Hall of Fame, Andrew Luck, who's led 9 game-winning comebacks in 17 games. Well, guess what? He hasn't in a couple weeks. Look, the tickets are free in Jacksonville this week, I think. The Chargers look rejuvenated. They're taking on, a non-succeeding Jaguars team. There's no way in hell that the Jaguars can win this game. I don't see Henny not throwing a pick 6 in this game just for the fun of it. I mean, it seems to be a trend in the NFL lately is pick 6s in the 4th quarter. So Chargers aren't going to win by a lot. I think the Jaguars are a little pumped. They played a lot closer game than everyone expected to them. The line was 27.5. They were only down by 11 or 12. That's a win. I don't know how hard the Broncos were trying, but
For you gamblers out there, anytime the line is over 10, take the points.
It's the NFL. These are proud men.
Yeah, and I'm going to go completely against you on this, and I know I should, but every once in a while you got to throw an upset in there. The Jaguars are going to win a game. They do get paid to play. Guys like Paul Posluszny, are still playing hard.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Jaguars are going to win a game, and I think it's this game. I don't know what it is about the Chargers. I can't get them right. I thought for sure they were going to get destroyed, and they did not.
Yeah,
that little Danny Woodhead, he's playing. I mean, he's making plays. Ryan Matthews was running hard.
Yeah, finally, after 3 years of waiting for it.
I don't know, but he was running hard. Rivers is rejuvenated. Gates looks healthy, and I'm still taking the Jaguars.
Yeah.
This is just a complete throw the dart. I think this is an upset game.
There's talk of Jones-Drew being traded. I don't know who would want him. That's in a position to win now. He's 36 years old, or I mean, he's up there at least. He's at least his jersey, and I don't know that if that's the talk, that could crush kind of a momentum that they have, whatever that momentum might be in this game. Just a thought.
Yeah, well, so far the Trent Richardson trade has not worked out as I thought it would. So maybe trading for premium running backs is not a wise move.
Right.
We'll find out.
Okay.
Let's see. So we go on to the Rams
and the Panthers.
All
right, go ahead.
Two teams that destroyed teams last week. That both teams I thought were going to lose. But if you look a little closer at the Rams' stats, it's not a repeatable win. And I know that's a weird thing to say, but Bradford threw 12 completions, 3 of them for touchdowns, like a 2, and a 4-yarder.
They kept getting the ball back at their 20-yard drives.
Right, and they had 2 defensive scores.
Right.
Not going to happen again, folks. Whereas the Panthers demolished the Vikings at home, and they did it in a repeatable fashion. It doesn't mean they're a great team because, quite frankly, my boys suck this year.
Yeah, but they've demolished the Giants, and now they've demolished the Vikings.
Right, 2 teams with 1 combined win, I'm afraid
and it's not
to
the
say.
Giants with the win.
But the Panthers have a repeatable formula to win. I don't think the Rams do. Give me the Panthers at home.
Panthers have won 2 of the last 3, and I expect the Panthers to eat its food chain underling, the Rams, in this particular game.
All right, Stu, you're on this one.
Okay, this is Bengals at the Lions. Cat fight!
Well done.
Thank you.
Okay.
I didn't even practice.
There you go.
Frickin' Lions.
Frickin' Lions.
Pretty much every time I think they're dead, they come back and they win a game. I don't know. Lions are playing better. Stafford had a great afternoon. He was hitting on all cylinders. I like Cincinnati here, but I'm taking the Lions, so Cincy will win.
Okay. Frickin' Bengals. I just cannot get them right. I expected them to have a much more effective running game than they have. Giovanni Bernard, who sounds like a guy that should be,
in the Cosmos Club.
Yeah, should be in the Cosmos Club, or like pulling you down the canals of Venice.
Exactly.
And the law firm.
Hey, what's a coming to go?
But anyway, Bengals are doing it on defense. I thought their offense would be a little more explosive. Lions, when fully healthy, do have a frighteningly, effective offense.
Which is why I don't understand why they're not great yet.
Maybe it's a lack of another guy outside of Calvin Johnson to really be a go-to player. And Stafford, Dalton, toss-up. You know what I mean?
Well, Stafford's a better quarterback than Dalton. I'm not a believer in Dalton. I think if Cincinnati had Stafford, they'd be 2 more wins above what they're at right now.
Really, I'd put them about even, honestly. I know stats-wise they may not be, but I'd put as far as chances to win for my team, I'd put them about even. Anyway, it's a cat fight. They're going to scratch. They're going to claw. They're going to pull hair. I'm going. Both teams have really fierce defensive lines this year too. I'm going with the Bengals.
Okay.
Stu's going Lions.
I'm going Lions because I can't pick them.
At least one of us will get it right.
I have the Bengals defense, so I hope they crush them.
All right. 49ers at Titans. I'm going to do this one quick.
All right.
49ers bigger, stronger, healthier, hungrier, and just playing better. Give me the 49ers easy.
Well, Kaepernick finally found Vernon Davis a lot last week. Titans are still hanging tough. Not sure if Locker's going to play this week or not. Don't know if that would make much of a difference anyway for this game. Washington and Wright are playing solid at wide receiver for Tennessee. That their stats are pretty good. It's not like they're a bad team, but Johnson's not running the ball. He's not having those big games that everyone expected to based on his first couple of years in the league. He's not doing it. Could be the line, could be him. But yeah, it's the 49ers here, and I just don't see a Titan win.
I'll tell you, you're hitting on a theme a little bit, which is it ain't rocket science. It ain't rocket surgery. If you've got a great wide receiver, you were talking about Brandon Marshall before, get him the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Get him the ball. Anyway, sorry.
That's okay.
It just seems like a lot of coaches get away. Like, force it in there.
Right.
I mean, look what Anquan Bolden was able to do. I mean, the great receivers win those battles,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of coaches don't seem to be targeting them as much as they used to, and I don't understand why.
Right.
Anyway,
Cowboys and Indians.
yes, exactly. Houston at the Chiefs, and I got to tell you, Houston's another team I had great expectations for in the beginning of the season. Those are just plain gone. They're not even sure, what to do in the quarterback situation. Whoever they put back there throws a big pick six. What do they got? 5 weeks in a row where
5 weeks in a row with a pick six.
An interception's been returned for a touchdown. Craziness. And now you're going up against the Chiefs, who have a massive pass rush.
Best defense in the league in ranking.
Justin Houston, I think, has 9.5 sacks, and I imagine he's going to add to that total this week.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing to say, like, if you started this year and you asked me, okay, who's going to be 7-0, Houston or the Chiefs, I would have laughed at you. Now, I'm telling you, it's going to be the Chiefs.
Yeah, I don't see it any different. I'm loving Big Red right now. But been a Chiefs fan, I like them. It's one of the teams that first, was on television when I was watching. They were in the Super Bowls. Will Schaub play? Not that it matters. People say, well, Schaub isn't playing. Schaub isn't playing. They haven't won with him. Who cares? It's the Chiefs at home. They're on a roll. I know everyone likes to pick a team to lose one once in a while, even when they're undefeated. This isn't the week, I don't think.
Okay.
Alex Smith, like him this year.
The Ravens at the Steelers, and this is another tough one. I don't know what to make of either one of these teams. The Ravens played the Pack tough. The Steelers got their first win coming off of a bye against a very lackluster Jets team. It's a tough game to pick. It used to be a game that you circled on the TV calendar and went, ooh.
Yeah.
It's not anymore. I'm taking the Ravens just based on a little more talent that's a little younger and a little faster.
Yeah, basically that's it. Pittsburgh 2-point home favorite. I have to think that Flacco and Roethlisberger are pretty much going to be battling to see who gets the ball last. I think the team that gets the ball last with a minute left to go in the game kicks the field goal, wins the game, and I think it's the Ravens.
There we go. Browns at Packers, and this one's pretty simple. The Browns are another team that are just cursed as far as quarterbacks go. Brandon Whedon's back in there, but, are you going to get excited about a guy that's been beaten out by Brian Hoyer and pretty much, headed for the scrap heap? I mean, I hate to say that. Seems like a nice guy, older guy coming out. You thought maybe there'll be some added maturity.
Mm-hmm.
He's got lackluster weapons around him, and he's going up against Aaron Rodgers. Even though Aaron Rodgers is about to hit the Tom Brady, who am I throwing the ball to level, they lost 2 wide receivers this week.
Right.
But he does still have Jordy Nelson. He does still have Jermichael Finley. Eddie Lacy's running hard for that team. I don't see a way that the Packers lose this one at home. Give me the Packers.
I think it's a closer game than it would have been had Jones and Cobb not been injured. I don't know if Jones is out completely. Cobb is definitely out. But Cleveland's setting up for next year. They traded Trent Richardson. Obviously, they didn't feel he was going to be in the scheme for next year. They're rebuilding this team. They'll probably trade another guy or two before the end of the season.
They have a ton of picks.
They do, and they're just gonna wipe up in next year's draft. It's a closer game because the Cleveland defense is pretty good.
Playing good.
And Green Bay should win this, but not by a lot.
Okay, and then we move on.
Oh,
horse fight. Oh wait. He had an O.
No.
What was your O?
I was going to set you up.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. So we've had a bird fight, a cat fight, and now we have a horse fight. We've got Denver at the Colts. Going into last night, the NFL must have been like, oh, we got a marquee game here. Oh, goodness, everyone's going to watch.
Oh, no, nobody cares.
And you know what? The Colts maybe they were doing a look ahead, but they kind of blew that. It is a great matchup. The Colts are a very lucky team in that they may have 2 quarterbacks over the 20-year span, which doesn't happen very often.
It does when you suck for the other guy.
Yeah. No matter how much Stewart hates Andrew Luck, he's a very talented quarterback. He needs Darius Hayward-Bay to stretch out and catch a pass, which could have changed the complexion of that game.
Colby Fleener dropped the ball too. I mean, nobody was catching anything yesterday.
Yeah,
that must have been L.A.
I love saying Fleener.
Colby Fleener.
Oh, I seem to have a pain in my. I have a pain in my Fleener.
Swedish chef.
I'm going to the urinals to empty my Fleener.
That's another story.
So sorry. Anyway, Peyton Manning did not score, 35 touchdowns against the Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't need to. They controlled that game. No Sean Moreno. Had a great game. Is having a great season. There's going to be a little tribute to Peyton from the Colts, which is weird.
You don't do that. Do it when he retires. God, they're stupid.
I would expect the fans to give him a good,
of course they
standing
love
ovation.
him.
Why not? But you don't have to put him up on the video board when you're playing against him. The object of the game is to beat the other team, not to honor the other team.
Right.
I fully expect Denver to come in and win this game.
They just forfeit.
Until I'm shown a reason not to ride a Bronco, I'm riding that Bronco.
Yeah, I am too. Until somebody stops Denver, I'll ride him.
There we go.
That's my whole plan.
Now we've got Vikings at the Giants, and I'm going to go on another little quick. No, you could stay. I mean, no.
I'm not even going to stay to watch the game.
Yeah, the Monday night people are just like, oh God,
schedule this.
People are divided on the Adrian Peterson thing. The tragedy that happened to his son, horrific thing. But he was immediately saying, I'm going to play. And to me, that's strange. I know people have this, they would have wanted me to play argument or anything. I don't get that.
A 2-year-old baby gets beaten to death. I don't even see how you wake up the next morning. I'm sure it's admirable to say I'm going to focus and I'm going to go to work. He probably mentally needs that himself. I don't have that fortitude to do so.
Yeah,
I'd be destroyed.
Yeah, so he's had a lot of tragedy in his life. I've read about both his brother being killed and his half-brother being killed. I'm not going to get too far into this. I'm just saying on a personal level, we feel really horrible that this has happened. And, everyone deals with grief in a different way. I know that personally there's no way I could have gotten up and played. And there is a question of how important football is to a lot of us. If you are missing time with your family, which I'm doing right now, so I got to shut up in a second, you got to make sure that you maintain a balance on this stuff, and that you don't get so addicted to your fantasy team or so addicted to electric football that you miss out on. Yeah, there's a few people out there that you miss out on what's really important and what's not really important in this game. Two teams going nowhere. I'm pulling for my Vikes. I fully expect them to lose. And I think the season ended last week for us when we got embarrassed at home. I think the Giants do still have a lot of talent. Maybe that's a bias from being here and hearing the sports radio. There's talk of them trading some of that talent. There's talk of Hakeem Nicks being on the trading block.
Yeah, it's not. Read that right before we got here.
Okay. But, clearly when you have that kind of talk and when there's just discussion about who's letting you down all year, it's hard for a team to be motivated. But they're at home Monday night. If the crowd's ever going to lift them up this season, it's this week. Unless the Vikings jump out to a quick lead on them, I think the Giants coast in this one, and I think they get their first win.
Yeah, I can't see. I mean, the Vikings depend on AP. How can you depend on a guy who lost his 2-year-old kid? The Giants, they should win this game. They should win this game, but Eli has been so unpredictable this year. I'm at a loss as to who to pick on this game. So I'm taking the Giants because they're home. It's Monday night. And I just think the Vikings, their whole breath was taken away from them on that. How can it not be? I don't know how you fight through something like that and recover. That's just my personal opinion. I'm taking the Giants just solely on that.
All right, guys. So that's Electric Football for Week 7. I'm Steve.
I'm Stu. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Thanks to the Cosmos Club for hosting us here. Yeah, we chat back and forth. Don't be afraid to comment there. Also, look for us on Facebook. Shout out to my friends at Fanatics and, of course, my good buddies at the Fin Nation. Appreciate you hanging out and watching some of the games with us. Mo, you know who I'm talking about.
I don't know who he's talking about.
See ya.
Goodbye.